The first wave of delays struck today, with the Monarch flight from Birmingham arriving 3 hours past its 10:25 ETA. Passengers were relatively in good spirits.
The airline couldn't help it. Just French being awkward, so that's what I say.
Just one of these things happens, it happens, so what can you say?
A bit irritating, but nothing we can do about it.
However, the 11:30 Easyjet flight was another story. For 7 hours, passengers had waited at Gatwick before knowing what would happen to them.
We were stuck on the plane, hardly anything to eat, well, nothing to eat. 2 hours came, delayed again for another 2 hours. It's just absolutely dreadful.
I can understand that sometimes these things happen, especially with France. But I mean, for being there for nearly to 10 hours, this is ridiculous.
We were treated appallingly.
No food, no sandwiches.
I mean, they knew we were there for 6 hours, 7 hours. They should have prepared some lunch for people.
Somewhat distressing. I mean, it's taken us as long to get here as it would do to fly to America.
Operators are doing what they can. Flights are being rerouted around France, but this means flights can take longer to get to their destinations and cause more congestion around these new routes.
Well, all the airlines currently operating to Gibraltar are from the UK, and they all have to overfly French airspace in order to get to Gibraltar, and it's that requirement to overfly the airspace that creates delays. Basically, the volume of traffic that's being handled in the French airspace is significantly reduced. These areas normally operate to capacity, so immediately on reducing that capacity, you find you have to start imposing restrictions on the number of flights.
This pattern is bound to continue over the next few days, with travellers expecting between 3 and 5 hour delays.
Today we're expecting we're having between 3 and 5 hour delays on the inbound flights, and obviously that will have a knock-on effect on the departing aircraft as well. So you can expect a similar length of delay. I should point out that doesn't mean you shouldn't arrive at the airport terminal, because clearly checking in will proceed as normal, and sometimes situations can change very quickly, so it is important to keep in touch with the relevant airline to try and find out what's happening.
Airport management are dealing with the situation as best they can, but are working under very difficult circumstances in a situation which they can't really control. They've asked the public to please be patient and keep their eyes on their regularly updated website, gibraltarairport.gi.